Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com. Today we're going to dive deep into the condominium options that are available in the Paulus Hook and Exchange Place section of downtown Jersey City. So downtown Jersey City is along the Hudson River. Basically, we are from the south side, you have Liberty State Park, and on the north side, you have the Holland Tunnel, and the western part of it is Route 78 overpass. So basically runs from the Marina, Liberty State Park. On the north side, you have the Holland Tunnel, and then the Route 78 overpass in the west. Right now, today we're going to be focusing on the area that's the southernmost section of downtown Jersey City, which is the Paulus Hook Exchange Place area. And basically, this is right across from, not far from the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island, and it's across the river from the World Financial Center over here. So if we look at the Paulus Hook Exchange Place area, it is the oldest area in downtown Jersey City. There are some homes here that go back pre-Civil War. And it is noted, it's broken up into a couple different areas. Exchange Place here along the waterfront you have high zoning. So this is where you have a lot of high rises like the Goldman Sachs Tower office building, as well as 77 Hudson Street and 99 Hudson, which are both condominiums. You have the Exchange Place Path Station, which is right over here near the waterfront. So if you live in this neighborhood, you could easily get there in under 10 minutes, depending on, pretty much from wherever you live, get to the path. There's also a light rail that runs along the waterfront here on Hudson Street, and it loops back around Essex and goes into downtown Jersey City and goes west from there. So the light rail runs along Hudson and then goes west down Essex. So today we're going to talk about basically the area, the buildings located in the Paulus Hook Exchange Place area, which basically go from the riverfront back here to Marin Boulevard or so. So if we look at this area right now along the waterfront, you have several options. You have 77 Hudson and 99 Hudson. I previously discussed those in my waterfront video that I did outlining those buildings. If we and basically you have 444 units or so in 77 Hudson, 700 plus in 99 Hudson. If we come around here on the south side and I loop around, you have several buildings which are Liberty Terrace here, 25 Hudson Street, as well as Claremont Cove, which is located at 1 Green, and the SugarHouse located at 174 Washington. So just to touch on these, Liberty Terrace, which was built around 2005, that's around a 100-unit condo building. In this building, it's a full-service building, concierge. They have a fitness center. The parking for Liberty Terrace is actually located across the street in Liberty Towers here. So if you have a unit, you park across the street in that building. But the building has very nice views of the city and the New York Harbor here. And they also were very close to the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island, so they have great views of that as well. Basically, you have 1, 2, and 3 bedroom layouts in this building. Further west, you have Claremont Cove. This is one of the oldest, newer buildings in the area. It was built in around 1987, 88. It's an atrium style building, so inside it's all open and the units are on the outside of the building when you're inside. So it's all open, big open lobby inside, very similar to the Marriott Marquis in New York City. So Claremont Cove, you have studio, 1, 2, 3 bedroom layouts. It was built in the late 80s. Some of the units are still original condition. Some of them have been upgraded. This building does have an outdoor pool over here, as well as a fitness center, which is located right here. It has full service concierge, as well as valet parking. And the light rail runs right next to it. So it's very convenient. And it's also not that far from Exchange Place Path. Right behind it, west of it, is the SugarHouse. And the SugarHouse is one of the few loft buildings in downtown Jersey City. It's a former sugar factory. It was converted into condominiums in the early 2000s. There's around 55, 60 units or so in the building, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom layouts. It is one of the most expensive buildings in downtown Jersey City. Prices here are starting over $1 million and easily go over $3-4 million and up. There are several owners that have combined units in this building. So there's some very large homes that have never hit the resale market, which would probably trade for over 6-7 million plus. But it's a very nice building. Concierge, they have a gym as well. Parking is underneath on the ground level. So that's the SugarHouse located at 174 Washington Street. In the Paulus Hook section, the zoning is historic. So as you can see here, basically west of Green Street, you have lower zoning than you do east of that area. So Exchange Place is commercially zoned, so you have a higher zone there. But in the historic district here, they're not going to build very high. Most of these are brownstone row homes. As you can see, if I zoom in, you can kind of see what some of the housing stock is in this neighborhood. Some of these are standalone 1-family, 2-family structures. But today we're just going over the major condominium buildings in the area. So as I mentioned, we have the SugarHouse. If we go a little further west here, down into the marina, you have a building at 15 Warren Street called the Pier House. And this building faces south as well. It looks towards the Statue of Liberty. So here's the Pier House. Here's Ellis Island. Here's Ellis Island. And then the Statue of Liberty is over here. So while it looks larger on the map, it is closer when you see it in person at the building. But the Pier House located at 15 Warren Street. There's 1, 2, and 3 bedroom layouts there. It was built in the early 2000s. Has parking, has a gym, has a pool, outdoor pool, as well as a fitness center on site. It's a concierge full service building. I think there's a little over 200 units in the building. So you have the Pier House here at 15 Warren Street, and these units, some do overlook the marina as well as the marina on this side. So the south-facing units are very bright in the building because you really have nothing in front of you. If we go further down the block here, you have a small building called Liberty Point, and this is located on Warren Street, 187 Warren Street. It was built by Metro Homes, which is a local developer, I think around 2004, 2005. And this is mostly 2 bedrooms, 2-bedroom condo layouts in this building with parking on the ground level. It's not a concierge building, though they do have a small fitness center and like a common courtyard putting green. If we go a little further west here, you have this condominium building, which is 149 Essex Street, also known as Fultons Landing. And this was built by Pulte Homes, national builder, in the early 2000s. You have 2 and 3 bedroom layouts in this building. Concierge building, it's full service. They have a fitness center as well as a courtyard. There's parking on the ground level. There is no pool, but it is a concierge full service building. And the light rail runs right down Essex Street, and it overlooks the marina as well. So if you live at Fultons Landing, you're not that far from light rail as well as the path. And I'll link through my website, livingonthehudson.com, these various buildings so you can check availability and pricing. If we go, let me just spin back around here. So Paulus Hook section really ends here right back by the marina, and then we get into Liberty Harbor North, which I'll discuss on a future video. Other buildings in the Paulus Hook section, there's another building, that's in the Paulus Hook Exchange Place section, which is over here on the corner of Montgomery and Green. And it's called the Montgomery Green. It's at 105 Green Street. And this building has a little over 100 units in it. It was built around 2005. 1 studio, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom layouts. The building is a full service building with a concierge. It has parking available to rent on the ground level. It's valet through another entity that owns the garage, but it is available. And also it has a gym. It has a residence lounge, and it also has a common roof deck up here. So it's all part of your homeowners association. And it's very close to Exchange Place Path. So Exchange Place Path is right over here, right down the block here at Exchange Place, and not far from the light rail as well. So it's a very convenient building if you're trying to commute into the city. And then also in the Exchange Place section, as I mentioned previously, you have the 77 Hudson Tower, as well as 99 Hudson. 77 Hudson, built in 2006, 2007. That is 443 units, studios to over 3 bedrooms. And then 99 Hudson, which is built around 2020, 2021, which is studios to 2 bedrooms. There are a few possible 3 bedrooms, which would be on the penthouse level. Why I say it's possible is because those are basically blank boxes, essentially. You get basically one big open space that you can configure on your own into separate rooms, and it's known as a white box. And owners can make them into 2 bedrooms, they can make them into 3 bedrooms, whatever they're able to squeeze in there. But generally speaking, the majority of the building is 1 and 2 bedrooms. The studios are actually back in this portion on the western side of the building. So those are the major buildings in downtown, in the Exchange Place, Paulus Hook area. Of course, there are some smaller buildings scattered throughout the area, but those are the major buildings that are for sale in the market. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or at 347-448-3766. And I will link to these various buildings down below to my website, Living on the Hudson, where you could sign up for alerts or see the interior photos of the buildings as well as what's available for sale or for rent. Thank you. Have a great day.